I've got big news for you guys. Crypto.com has proactively launched a lawsuit against the SEC and Gary Gensler. I'll give you the details. And another major player has filed for an XRP spot ETF. As Bloomberg is reporting, the Xrp Etf race is on. Let's get into it. Hey everybody, welcome into the Thinking Crypto podcast, your home for cryptocurrency news and interviews. I'm your host, Tony Edward. On your way in, please hit that subscribe button as well as the thumbs up button and leave a comment below. If you're listening on a podcast platform such as Spotify or Apple, please leave a 5-star rating and review. Folks, big news. Crypto.com has filed a lawsuit against the SEC. Now, if you recall, they did receive a Wells notice from the SEC. I think it was earlier this year, but an official lawsuit from the SEC has not been issued. But a lot of companies in the industry have gotten Wells notices like Robinhood, Uniswap, and so forth. So Crypto.com's CEO tweeted out today, Crypto.com filed a suit against the SEC to protect the future of crypto in the United States. The unprecedented action by our company against a federal agency is a warranted response to the SEC's regulation by enforcement regime, which has hurt more than 50 million American crypto holders. And to use all regulatory tools available to bring certainty to the industry through proper rulemaking, Crypto.com has also filed a petition with the CFTC and SEC to confirm crypto derivative products categorization. While we welcome recent bipartisan support for the industry, that message has not been received by the current SEC leadership that issued us a Wells notice. The SEC's unauthorized overreach and unlawful rulemaking regarding crypto must stop. Recent rulings have made clear that crypto is not itself a security and thus is not an investment contract simply because it changes hands. For this reason and many others, we continue to be very bullish on the US crypto market and our imminent plans to expand our US offerings to US customers. Big shout out to the folks at Crypto.com. This is a very bold and brave move, proactively suing the SEC, and I think it makes sense. We've been seeing across the industry, there have been a lot of proactive lawsuits with NFTs, with Legilex out of Texas, and much more. And you have to do that. You have to punch back against the bully because, as I've been telling you guys for years, we're dealing with a scumbag regulator that is Gary Gensler, who has been weaponized by the TradFi incumbents to kill crypto startups like Crypto.com, like Coinbase, like Ripple, so that BlackRock and Wall Street can come in and take over. I've often shared the example of these two things are happening in parallel, right? Why isn't BlackRock getting a Wells notice for tokenizing on Ethereum? And BlackRock and these folks have been custodying funds for Circle and much more. So you see these two things happening in parallel. It's pretty clear what's happening, right? But the industry is fighting back. As I've been saying, the courts have been the ultimate equalizer where Gensler is taking big losses there and he's getting exposed. But we know he doesn't really care because he's just following orders from Elizabeth Warren and the TradFi incumbents. Now, this is a very smart move and it changes the narrative that Gensler is trying to put out there. And it gives ammo to people in Congress and so forth to help show that Gensler is on the wrong side of history. So from an optics standpoint, this is really good. And it also puts the SEC in a very legal bind because they have to dedicate legal resources to do this. Now, Eleanor Terra of Fox Business highlighted the following, that earlier this year, Consensus actually did this. And that yielded some good results where the Ethereum ETF got passed, right? Now, Consensus didn't get everything they wanted, but it put the pressure on the SEC, and it's really great to see the industry doing this. Now, James Murphy, aka Meta Lawman, weighed in saying today, Crypto.com preemptively sued the SEC in Texas in response to an SEC Wells notice. The Wells notice simply reiterates claims that the SEC has made against other crypto markets like Coinbase and Binance. Rather than rolling over, Crypto.com is following the Ripple playbook and responding to the SEC threats with offensive tactics. Bravo. Love it, guys. This is what we want to see. Now, Cody Carbone of the Digital Chamber also weighed in saying the SEC's power grab has gone too far. They're crushing innovation with enforcement actions, all while dodging real rulemaking. Proud to support Crypto.com and its CEO as they take this rogue agency to court. It's time to put an end to the SEC's abuse of power. That is well said. Now, guys, we have another investment firm that is filing for an XRP spot ETF. We saw Bitwise was the first to do that. Was it last week or a week and a half ago? And of course, in September, Grayscale relaunched their XRP trust, and I believe Grayscale will follow. Guys, game theory will play out here. No one wants to get left behind. And Grayscale, we know, was critical in getting a Bitcoin ETF approved with their lawsuit against the SEC. So Eleanor Terrett of Fox Business reported Canary Capital has officially filed an S1 with the SEC for an XRP ETF. Canary is a new crypto investment firm launched by Valkyrie Funds founder Stephen McClurg. And Stephen, he's been in the ETF business for a while, and Valkyrie, I believe they got acquired by CoinShares. So they've been doing a lot with crypto ETFs. So it's really great to see this. Here's what a spokesperson from Canary told Fox Business. We're seeing encouraging signs of a more progressive regulatory environment coupled with growing demand from investors for sophisticated access to cryptocurrencies beyond Bitcoin and Ethereum, specifically investors seeking access to enterprise-grade blockchain solutions and their native tokens such as XRP. This is great news. Now, some of you listening may hate XRP and Ripple. That's fine. I'm not telling you to go invest in anything. I'm just reporting the news, so don't shoot the messenger, but the market is speaking. And the market doesn't care about your feelings or emotions, right? And that goes for things that I may not like meme coins. I'm not a big fan of meme coins, but that's the way the market's going. That's the way the market's going. I'm not going to get angry about it or emotional about it. I'm just going to say, hey, that's not for me. So this is very bullish. This is actually what I thought would have happened with Solana, but unfortunately, when Van Eck filed for the Solana ETF, they eventually withdrew it and no one else followed their move. And it's possibly because Solana was mentioned in many different lawsuits. So that is still up in the air. I'm not saying Solana is a security. I'm just saying these are the facts. And if they are named in a respective lawsuit, then most likely it's going to get blocked by the SEC, right? But XRP has the ruling that intrinsically it is not a security. Now, it could be packaged as a security, right? The SEC won part of the lawsuit where institutional sales were categorized as securities. So it goes back to Howie. It wasn't the oranges. It wasn't the orange groves. It wasn't the orange trees. That would be ridiculous because that would mean the oranges in your house or the supermarket are all securities, which is nonsense, right? But it was the packaging. What scheme, what type of investment offer are you putting around this asset, right? It's not the asset intrinsically. But guys, the big takeaway here is that these funds recognize that the SEC is on the losing side of history. They recognize that XRP was declared intrinsically not a security and they're filing for ETFs. That's a big vote of confidence, right? And Eleanor also highlighted that back in January of this year, that Stephen McClurg had talked about an XRP ETF, that his firm was working on other ETFs and so forth. So these things have come to fruition and it's really amazing. And what's interesting, folks, on this day, Bloomberg Crypto dropped an article and they tweeted out the following with the article: the race to launch an exchange traded fund tracking XRP, the 7th largest digital token, has begun. Like I said, game theory will play out here. No one wants to get left behind. Now, the sub-headline on their website, and once again, they have the paywall up, which is annoying. Efforts come after regulatory clarity around Ripple Labs. Once again, you may hate XRP and Ripple. That is your right, but you can't ignore facts and the reality of what's happening. So very bullish if you're holding XRP. And we know the SEC has appealed. I believe Ripple will cross appeal as well. And we'll see if some sort of settlement comes because this thing would be really annoying. And as some folks mentioned, the election's coming up and Gary's going to be out, I think, either way, definitely with Trump, possibly with Kamala Harris. So the tide is changing and the market wants an XRP ETF. Now, a great place where you can buy XRP, Bitcoin, and other altcoins is on Uphold. Uphold is a great crypto platform. I've been using them since 2018. I can vouch for this platform. They are trustworthy. They are fully reserved. They have transparency reports that you can go review. They don't commingle or lend out your crypto assets, and they make it easy for you to buy, sell, trade crypto. They also have a great product called USD interest accounts where you can earn up to 4.9% on your dry powder or crypto profits. I personally use this. You put some cash in, you earn up to 4.9% APY on balances over $1,000. Below 1,000, it's 2%. And best of all, there's no monthly fees, there's no subscription, there's no lockups. I can pull the money in and out at any point, and it is FDIC insured just like a bank. So if you'd like to learn more about Uphold, check out the link in the description. Now, guys, we got some not so good news coming out from the US government. Apparently, the Supreme Court declined to review a case concerning the ownership of a bunch of Bitcoin, which was seized by the US government from the Silk Road marketplace. So essentially, this gives the green light for the US government to start selling. When will they sell? I don't know. Could it be now and then we start seeing the markets pull back? I don't know. So just heads up on that. Specifically, 69,370 Bitcoin worth $4.38 billion. Now, this is not much essentially to like move the market significantly, like put us in a bear market. It could, drive some sell pressure where we see some short-term downside, but it's nothing to panic about. We saw Germany sell, right? Nothing. Short-term volatility, but then Bitcoin kept going up. So just heads up on that. However, Senator Cynthia Lummis, who proposed the idea of the United States using Bitcoin as a treasury reserve asset, she tweeted out an article stating here that Jeffries keeps 5% Bitcoin allocation amid concerns over USD stability. And she said, it's time for Treasury to stop chasing yield while ignoring value. You need both. A strategic Bitcoin reserve offers that missing store of value. Let's get back to basics. Help America pay its debt through savings. So I don't know all the ins and outs of this and how, Bitcoin could be used to solve this problem, but I think it could be a solution if all the world governments agree to some sort of standard, a Bitcoin standard, if you want to call it that, in addition to gold. I don't think it's just going to be Bitcoin. And we got to solve this fiat currency problem. Will it be solved in our lifetime? I don't know. Maybe with stablecoins and CBDCs, they might be able to do it, but then CBDCs bring a lot of risks. So these are big questions, but certainly if they're able to tie fiat currency to Bitcoin and gold together, maybe that's a way to put us back on the gold standard, so to speak, right? Bitcoin being digital gold, and then you have traditional gold as well. I don't know the answer to these questions. I'm not an economist, and I'll try to get somebody on the podcast who can talk about it. But certainly there is a solution lying somewhere here. Now, we got some big news around USD and SWI. So USD stablecoin, which is issued by Circle, is now on SWI. And Jeremy Allaire tweeted out about this. I actually interviewed the founder and CEO of SWI, which is Evan Cheng, and that interview will be published tomorrow. So you don't want to miss that. We talk a lot about what they're doing. SWI is actually working with Google on some big projects. So we talked a lot about that. And also Evan's past, he worked at Apple and Facebook. And I talked about, is he knocking on the doors there to see if they will adopt the SWI network blockchain? But you'll have to watch the interview to get the answers. Now, we got some funding news I want to share with you guys. Figment Capital leads $3 million seed round for Semantic Layer. Hack VC, Robot Ventures, Bankless Ventures, Fen Bushy Capital, Anagram, and Paradon Ventures provided additional support. Semantic Layer aims to bolster transaction execution infrastructure to give decentralized applications more control over multi-chain transaction ordering and bundling. So this is great to see. There's capital flowing into companies building new solutions. The investments are both on the equity side with the companies as well as the token side. So that's very bullish. And we got news here that Bitcoin Layer 2 BitLayer raises $9 million Series A extension at a $300 million valuation. So the raise came from Polychain Capital. And look at this, Franklin Templeton. Amazing to see some of the traditional finance folks directly investing in these crypto firms. So the new funding round holds the same $300 million valuation as July's Series A. So just so you know what the hell BitLayer is, BitLayer claims to be the first Bitcoin Layer 2 network based on Bitcoin finality, meaning transactions or data processed on BitLayer are settled on Bitcoin's blockchain. Here is a quote: BitLayer innovatively proposed and implemented OPVM, a future-proof Bitcoin Layer 1 verification solution that combines fraud proofs and validity proofs. The project said this solution significantly enhances the security level of various protocols within the Bitcoin ecosystem, enabling the Bitcoin Layer 1 to verify arbitrary computations. So once again, great to see these companies getting capital and liquidities flowing throughout the market. People are still bullish. They're bullish on the future of this asset class and technology. So let me know what you guys think. Leave your thoughts and comments below. Hit the thumbs up button. Don't forget to sign up for my free email newsletter on Substack. It's 100% free. It includes crypto news, knowledge, and insights. Also, be sure to grab a copy of my book, Rethinking Crypto, on Amazon. It's a great way to support the podcast. Buy a copy for yourself, buy a few copies for your friends and family who want to learn about crypto. As we head further into this bull market, it'll be good for them to know what the hell is going on, right, guys? And it includes some investment tips so they can know what to watch out for and not get wrecked or scammed or rugged. And if you bought a copy already, please leave a rating and review on Amazon. It will really help me out. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you all, and I'll talk to you all later.